Yeah, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Sensei Bob, and here at the corral, lunchtime, eating Boston cream pie. This may be a short one. Hard to do this with people around. Sometimes get squishy about it. But we'll see what we do. This all depends on your. I will continue to do this if you guys communicate. I had a really nice. First, I had breakfast. I feel like a hobbit. That's first I had breakfast. First breakfast, then I had second breakfast. Then I had lunch, which was oyster meat, fish and shrimp and fries. And now I'm having Boston cream pie and coffee. So again, the big news thing is Ukraine, but that's not even close to what's going on. I bet you have some ideas on what it is. Consider all I'm going to say. Let's see if our friend. I'm going to try Anthony first. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Right in. This crust is pretty good. Who makes these pies?
Lady, her name's Linda.
She really does a nice job.
Sensei.
Hey, baby. I'm here in a neighborhood place. I'm being a hobbit. I had first breakfast, second breakfast, and now I'm having lunch.
Oh, that's good. I don't blame you.
So you're coming to America, eh?
Yes, we are. Yeah, Ash is going back in a week, so I'm going back shortly after. Yeah.
So is she flying directly there, or does she have to fly and then travel?
Well, she's going to go back to Idaho because she has some things she needs to sort out.
Gotcha.
But we both do like the idea of coming over to meet you.
And then going on the road, starting the video art circus, giving a roll of the dice.
Back on the road.
Yeah, the roll of the dice, ending up in the Rainbow Gathering in July.
Yeah, that sounds really good. She liked it. We looked into that after the last call, and it looks really interesting.
So were you able to find any of my friends in Ireland?
In the end, no, not in the end. But we loved the West Coast though.
Yeah.
We went to Galway for a night, and then we went to the Hill of Tara for 2 days, which was about an hour, 45 minutes from Dublin, and that was, I think, our favorite place. There was such a nice energy in that area.
That's why those pictures where you sent me, right?
Yeah, I think. I can't remember which pictures I sent you, but
very beautiful countryside, and you also sent.
Yeah.
Did you go to Trinity?
We did. Yeah, we went inside that. We walked around the campus of it, then looked inside the famous library.
Right. I mean, I said, oh boy, there's my old digs. He didn't. I mean, that's the main
Say it
hall.
again.
I said, when you sent me that, it really made my heart feel warm because that's where I was, and
Oh
and
wow,
yeah,
wow.
I mean that's what I studied was in that library, but I studied in the reserve library, which is like down under, you know. I mean that was the main
Yeah.
hall that you
Okay.
got, and that main hall is pretty amazing.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they turned the room underneath the old library. That's now the museum about
Right.
the Book of Kells and the different books.
Right.
I forget what the other ones are called. But that was amazing to see.
Did you make it to Newgrange?
Now this beautiful heart. Well, we went to Newgrange. We turned around and we could see it from the road, and it looked amazing. But we didn't go in because you have to book an appointment, and it's become very commercialized. You know, you need to get a bus from the visitor center
Right.
to the place, and it was just you had to book in advance, and it was full for the next week or something. So we didn't end up doing that.
Right. So I mean that's what I mean I was the last time I was there was 2005, and just you can just imagine how much more commercial it got from 2005. And when Archie and I were there, no one was there except us and the Tinkers. That's when it was kind of magical. You know?
Yes. And Archie was this guy who left.
Yes, he was. Well, he was a compadre of the old crone. He was younger, but he was in his almost 90s when I met him in 1968, and I kept going back, and I could always. He had a nice house in Glendora, and up in the mountains, right where right where you said the West Coast, where the coast goes and then hits the mountains and kind of goes straight up.
Yeah.
That was his neighborhood. He had a really nice house, and he had a really nice house in Dublin because he taught at Trinity, and he was my coach or mentor, or the guy who they assigned me to. Like they had no idea what to do with me, so I said, "Oh, you go hang out with Archie." So I did, and he was a guy who was writing about men from space, and that the pyramids were energy machines and time machines and space machines way before Sitchin. And so and that's how I met the old crone, because I was hanging out with him, and then he told her, and then she showed up in the reserve library like a bag lady. And so that's how that whole story got started. So but we were in Newgrange, so he because he taught me how to dowse, and doing any of that stuff, like in the Bible it says, when more two come in my name, there I am. And so it was, I was his second, right? And so we would do stuff and things would happen. And so we were trying to find the pyramids at Newgrange. So anyway, I am having lunch, and I'm doing a live chat, and you're my guest on the live chat. I'm having lunch on the live chat.
Well, I'm just brushing my teeth now because Ash and I are going to see my sister and her boyfriend. We're going to a nice pub
Oh,
where
that's
I
good.
grew up.
Yep.
Together.
Well, that's a good idea. So I have one question before you go off and pub it, and that is, have you guys gone and seen a movie together?
No, not to cinema, but we have watched the movie, inside.
Well, cinema is different than watching it at home. And there's a really interesting movie called Everything That Is and Was, and it's a really interesting movie. It's made by the two Daniels, and it has a total Chinese cast, and it takes place in America. And it's about the multiverse. And so, whenever the multiverse is, you can do anything because there's like 8 million, version of you, and one's the hero, one's the right. And it really is quite an amazing movie. And if it's there in England, I would say that would be a really great thing because it's like doing acid and talking to God and watching a movie at the same time. And it's a comedy, and it's a chick flick, and it's a action flick, and it's a sci-fi flick. So
That
I
sounds great.
right. So if it's
So,
playing,
this isn't what.
if it's playing around you, I would go see it with your sweetie. And I look forward to you showing up sooner rather than later because I'm ready to get out of the woods. The rich are really being annoying.
Well, I know, and that's what I'm just also sorry. We're both sorry that how the degree, and we hope to figure out that.
Yep. But it'll work out. As my teacher always says, all things are as they should be. So you finish brushing your teeth, have fun in the pub. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, I would like to.
Say hi to everybody.
I love this.
Okay. Blah, blah. Let's try somebody else. Blah, blah. Call Lana.